We just cannot afford to miss out on this film, ladies and gentlemen. Some analysts believe that the value of the XRP Ripple coin might reach 122,580 in the future. Indeed, you did hear that correctly. Without a doubt, they're going to name that price. But why is that? All of this is a direct result of the conclusion of the trial against the SEC. This indication is the most bullish one that has ever been seen. Let's move through it step by step, shall we? I hereby defer. The long-running conflict between Ripple Labs and the Securities and Exchange Commission is now getting closer to its end after nearly 4 years of severe judicial examination. The arrival of this moment has been a long time coming for many people who possess XRP. The discontent that exists throughout the community is apparent, as seen by individuals such as John Squire, who stated in a straightforward manner on X that holders of XRP are done waiting and that it is time to put a stop to this SEC litigation without further delay. In the cryptocurrency world, this mindset is reflective of a more widespread desire, in addition to providing closure, but also for clarity. A fundamental question has been at the center of this legal conflict from the beginning. Exists the security for XRP? Ripple has never accepted that term, but the Securities and Exchange Commission has argued differently ever since it filed its complaint in December of 2020. Right now, the story is beginning to change. According to reports, both sides are apparently making preparations to withdraw their appeals behind closed doors. This decision would be a huge step toward putting an end to one of the most prominent crypto cases in the history of the United States, and it is also possible that it would be the most contentious. Mark Fagel, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Agency, has claimed that the agency is likely getting ready to vote on terminating its challenge. This process may progress more quickly than anticipated, despite the fact that the official withdrawal might take several weeks to complete. The internal choices that are currently underway hint to this possibility. In the event that both Ripple and the SEC decide to withdraw their appeals, the long-awaited conclusion would finally be within reach, and with it would come the chance for Ripple to concentrate only on its development, innovation, and expansion initiatives throughout the world. This lawsuit was about far more than XRP, according to Ripple's CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, who has emphasized for a long time that it was about the future of cryptocurrency in the United States and how digital assets will be regulated, taxed, and recognized. There is a crucial timing issue. For years, regulatory uncertainty has been a major factor in stifling growth and, to tell you the truth, discouraging institutional capital. With the possibility that the litigation may be resolved, however, confidence is starting to make its way back into the picture. It has been reported by Warrior that XRP is getting ready for a significant breakthrough. The SEC action against Ripple was concluded, which eliminated significant regulatory risks. The investors, exchanges, and institutional partners have long been concerned about this risk, and it has always been the central concern. There are a lot of people who feel that now that it is decreasing, the conditions are right for XRP to restore its position as one of the most valuable assets in the cryptocurrency market and potentially even surpass expectations as the legal shackles begin to fall away. The precedent that this might establish is what elevates this win above and beyond that of a simple Ripple. Long ago, the strategy that the Securities and Exchange Commission takes to regulate digital assets through enforcement has been criticized for being unclear and inconsistent. This might have a significant impact on the regulatory atmosphere throughout the whole business if the Ripple case is resolved without any additional appeals being filed. The demonstration would show that not only is it feasible to stand up to the SEC, but that there are situations in which doing so is justifiable. In addition, it has the potential to motivate legislators to finally adopt legislation that is more comprehensive and unambiguous about digital assets, which is something that the business has been requesting for years. A narrative has been formed as a result of this case over whether or not crypto and government can coexist. The settlement of this issue would usher in a new age of collaboration, or at least cohabitation, in which newcomers to blockchain technology do not have to continuously brace themselves for legal action. Additionally, the result may rekindle a productive debate between authorities and cryptocurrency companies, with the objective of striking a balance between innovation and accountability. This protracted dispute between Ripple and the SEC is getting closer and closer to being resolved, and the repercussions are far-reaching beyond the price of XRP. While the cryptocurrency market is still in its infancy and prone to volatility, it lives on clarity, and it appears that clarity is now on the horizon. Experts are, of course, forecasting something quite unusual for XRP at this very moment. Here we are talking about growth at a breakthrough level, and believe me when I say that you are not prepared for what they are projecting next. A few of these forecasts are audacious, and some of them are even unfathomable. Yet, when you hear the reasoning that lies behind them, it could just blow your mind. A significant XRP breakout has been verified. Jack the Ripper, one of the most followed voices on XRP, took to Twitter to announce that he was getting ready to become wealthy. This is a conviction that is shared by others. In addition, Among stated, "Now is the time to sell XRP. While everything was going on, Steph merely put XRP bull flags, which were a reference to the traditional technical pattern that often indicates a strong upward run. This is not a list of empty words. They are a manifestation of a rising sense that, to tell you the truth, something unprecedented is on the horizon." However, you should know that the most astounding prediction comes from Valhalla Capital, a private equity business that established the XRP collateralization model. Valhalla Capital estimates that the fair market value of XRP is $122,580 per token because of this approach. The price of one XRP is $122,000. Yes, you read it correctly. At first glance, it appears to be ludicrous and maybe even crazy. If you look further into the reasoning behind it, however, you will find that it is less about excitement and more about opportunity. The model is constructed on a serious premise, which is a global economy that is completely tokenized. According to Valhalla Capital, the entire wealth of the world is estimated to be 5.3 quadrillion, and with a risk-adjusted multiplier of 1.25 times, they anticipate that tokenized assets may reach 6.2 quadrillion by the year 2030. Take that figure and divide it by the fixed quantity of XRP tokens, which is around 50.7 billion, and you will arrive with the staggering amount. It is not only the mathematics that makes this model so intriguing, rather it is the vision within it. XRP is positioned not just as a currency, but also as a universal bridge asset, offering a foundational layer for interbank settlements, cross-border payments, and the collateralization of value itself. This is because in a future when tokenization becomes the norm for how assets are kept, moved and evaluated, XRP will be positioned as a universal bridge asset. A genuine investor does not anticipate that XRP will reach $122,000 overnight, so let's be clear about that. In spite of this, even a portion of that worth, such as $100, $500 or $1,000, would still represent profits that would completely transform one's life from where XRP is currently located. The reason why people are paying attention is because of this. One of the most significant factors that slowed down XRP was the litigation. As the legal haze has finally lifted, the issue that arises is no more whether XRP will continue to exist. Rather, it is how far can it actually go. What is taking place is not only a change in pricing, rather it is a change in the narrative. At this point, Ripple is no longer the underdog.